godless engineer, a conscious pioneer, a logic general, a reason brigadier. More bullshit from the pulpit. Meet me in the comment section and you get schooled, bitch. The godless engineer.
Hello, I am the Godless Engineer, and tonight we are joined by Leah. If you don't know Leah, she's recently been in the middle of some controversy out in Oklahoma, and she has a very interesting, story, and I'm gonna let her tell it. So, hi Leah, thank you for joining us tonight.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Yeah, can you give us, for those that don't know about your situation, can you kind of give them a rundown about what happened?
Okay, well, what happened was on Thursday, which was the eve of Good Friday, my son called me at work. My son's in third grade, and he called me at work and told me that his teacher had handed out Bibles in class. And I said, what? I was kind of like shocked. And he said, yeah, Mrs. Mackey handed out the New Testament, and he sent it just like that. Like he didn't know what it was because we don't have a Bible in our house. And I asked him, I said, do you know what that is? And he said, well, Mrs. Mackey called it the Holy Bible, so I thought it was a good thing. Okay. And so he said that Mrs. Mackey had said that she had Bibles at her desk for anybody who wanted one, and everybody else got up to get one too, and he didn't know what else to do, and he didn't want his teacher to be mad at him, so he got up and got one too. And so I contacted a friend on Facebook, and I said, what do I do? Do I go to the school? Do I go to the principal? Do I confront the teacher myself? Do I burn it? You know, my son was all for burning it. He asked me for weeks after, when are we going to burn it? No. And so my friend said, well, I know somebody I can talk to. Hang on a second. And all of a sudden I got an email from Monica Miller at the American Humanist Association, and she offered to write the school a letter for me. And I thought that would be better. It would look more professional and sound more professional than me just going off like a psycho mom. So I said, okay. And so she wrote the letter. She sent the letter on that following Friday, which was Good Friday, and there was no school on Good Friday. Believe it or not, they get the day off of school here for Good Friday, but they don't call it Good Friday. They call it Inclement Weather Day. So the school got the letter on Monday, and pretty much by Wednesday was when all hell had just completely broken loose. So, but then on Friday, the school issued a response saying, yes, we will instruct our teachers and our staff not to hand out Bibles in class, and we'll instruct them when the appropriate time for that is and isn't. And so the school basically agreed with us and gave us everything we asked for in the letter. That's what the lawyer had asked for, just that you respond in 7 days, that you will instruct your teachers not to do this, or we'll see you in court. And the school responded with, okay, we'll instruct our teachers not to do this. So, and then pretty much all hell broke loose after that. So that's the, in a nutshell, version of the story.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you did the right thing. I know me with my kind of attitude, I think I would have went up there and been all psycho dad about it, just because I get fired up, with these kind of situations. But I think you did the most appropriate thing for the situation. But, since you brought that to their attention and whatnot, you kind of suffered a lot of backlash in your area, didn't you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. a lot of backlash. So, let's see, my son didn't go to school on Monday because he had a doctor's appointment in Oklahoma City. And, you know, it was funny because that Monday was Atheist Day at the Capitol building in Oklahoma City. So I had to work, but so my husband took our son to Atheist Day at the Capitol building after his doctor's appointment, and he said that was all anybody was talking about up there was, you know, the scandal in Duncan, Oklahoma. They called it the Bible scandal. But it had already made its rounds around the atheist community by Monday, but the AHA did issue a press release on Saturday. So he didn't go to school on Monday, and it was kind of starting to kind of pick up steam. By Tuesday was when everybody on Facebook and Twitter were, you know, oh my God, I can't believe it. And it had gotten out that I was the one who did it because I'm a pretty outspoken atheist around here. Everybody knows. You know, Facebook was picking up the threats and the name calling and the shaming and the, you know, everything had picked up on Facebook and Twitter by Tuesday. Wednesday, they organized, they decided, all the parents decided to have all their children carry their Bibles to school on Wednesday. And so the situation was way too volatile with the threats that I was getting and the things that people were saying, and having kids carry their Bibles to school. Kids are mean. And mine are too. Mine are no exception. Mine are pretty mean too. But the situation was volatile. I couldn't send my son to school without a Bible and have him face that kind of ridicule. Oh, you know, why don't you have a Bible? Or have all these little kids look at my son and say, well, my mommy told me I'm not allowed to play with you anymore. And, you know, things like that. And so I kept my son home from school Wednesday. Thursday, almost the entire community gathered for a quote-unquote prayer circle across the street from the school, which is literally 500 feet from my house. So that was pretty scary. So he didn't go to school Thursday, and by Friday it had gone statewide. And so I was like, you know, I can't send him back to school. Not, you know, so I unenrolled him from school on Friday. And the threats just kept coming. Then the police chief's daughter of a neighboring town made some threats on Facebook. A supervisor at my work posted, everybody check on your cats. I heard she has her daughter collect cats so that they can sacrifice them. So,
whoa, what?
Yeah, a supervisor at my work.
Normally it's babies, so I don't know.
Right?
I don't know what kind of atheist handbook you're working out of, but I've been wrong. But no, you're saying your supervisor said that?
Yeah, one of the Duncan community Facebook pages that I've been banned from for a long time, where a lot of the threats were coming from, you know, but I do have a few friends left, and they were sending me screenshots of the threats and the things people were posting. So it's pretty easy to go on Facebook and bash somebody that can't go in there and defend themselves. But yeah, so a supervisor at my work had gone on this page in this conversation about me that I wasn't even a part of, and told everybody that I have my daughter collect the neighborhood cats so that we can sacrifice them. And oh yeah, so I posted on my personal Facebook page, you know, pretty much fuck you, and you owe my daughter an apology, because my daughter doesn't even live in the state. She lives in Nevada. Well, so that supervisor went to human resources at work, and yeah, I got called in the office at work for violating the company's social media policy.
How? It seems like the supervisor would have broken any kind of policy, if anything.
Yeah, yeah, you would think. I don't know. I don't know if anything happened to her or not. I wasn't there, but I know. All I know is that, yeah, I got called in the office and pretty much told to knock it off, because and I had to sign a contract saying that I wouldn't do that again because I was violating the company's social media policy.
Wait, okay, so what, you had to sign something saying that you would knock what off? Like, you would stop doing, I guess I'm having trouble seeing maybe I missed it.
That I would stop talking about coworkers on social media.
Sorry. I'm laughing at the hypocrisy of the situation that you're getting told this, but yet they're the ones that are bad mouthing you, like, on social media. They're their own coworker.
Right. She's a supervisor, so you would think that she would get held to a higher standard, you know, than I would. She's been there for years. I've only been there for 4 months.
What now, Leah? Hold on now. You're using logic. They don't like that kind of thinking around there.
You're right. They don't. You're right. They don't. Just to give you an idea of some of the threats that I received, somebody said that I should be, my favorite one was that I should be gutted and hung from a fence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. Somebody posted that I deserve to be horsewhipped.
Horseflipped?
Yeah.
What's horseflipped?
No, horsewhipped.
Oh, horsewhipped. Wow.
He said I should be horsewhipped. They all got together to talk about how I'm gonna get mine and I'm gonna get what's coming to me. And they had a pretty long discussion about how they were going to run me out of town. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me get these are not Christians, right? These are other kind of people. They're not the moral pillars of society like Christians are, right?
No, these are church-going, God-fearing people.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And we don't have morals, and we need God in order to be good, right?
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, and my favorite one too was, well, if you'll just come out and publicly apologize to the teacher, all of this will go away. Because the teacher is a saint, because she gives poor kids presents on Christmas on a teacher's salary, and yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, using that logic, then should somebody who outs a rapist or a murderer because they broke the law, like using that as the basis, I mean, should they apologize to the person that they turned in? I mean, that's what it kind of seems like to me. I'm not saying that like rape or murder or anything is equated to, you know, breaking the First Amendment, but you know, I'm saying in the idea of, you know, it's a law. You know, it's on the books. It's a law. She broke the law, and you just told somebody that she broke the law. There wasn't any even actual criminal charges brought. You know, I mean, they just
Right. Well, that was one of my favorite arguments about it too. Was that, well, it's not an actual law that's on the books, and it's not. I was like, well, no, it's not exactly criminal law, but there is a thing called constitutional law, and that would be the law that this kind of thing would fall under,
right.
is constitutional law, because that's the kind of thing that the Supreme Court rules on. And and I found that funny too, that I have, and you're right, I have facts and logic in Supreme Court rulings standing behind me, which they don't like, and they have nothing but personal attacks,
Yeah.
To use. And so it was pretty shallow, it was pretty petty. And yeah, I don't think it had to get as bad as they let it get. And the only reason why it got as bad as it got was because nobody could shut up about it. Like, nobody could shut up about it for 5 minutes. And that's the only reason why it blew up like it did, because everybody was talking about it.
Yeah, well, are you talking about just the Christian community not shutting up about it, or are you talking about like also the atheist community as well?
No, yeah, I'm talking about the Christian. Yeah,
Okay.
I call them the cackling hens. They wouldn't stop cackling, and then I disappeared off of Facebook and Twitter for about a week. I mean, I had just watched the threats, and I had taken it for about 2.5 weeks. And it hurt. Honestly, it hurt a lot. A lot of these people I considered friends. And then, they were doing they were going back through my Facebook like 5 years and posting, things that I had posted 5 years ago on my Facebook, and they were just saying really, really horrible things, and I couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't take it, and so I just, I just quit Facebook for about a week, and then they all started saying, "Oh, see, she disappeared." And so they were the ones talking about it. I wasn't. I actually just let them talk. I didn't say a word. And so yeah, that's why it kept going.
Do you
And then
do you regret letting them talk, or do you think that there's just nothing you could have done?
there's nothing I could have done. I mean, I can't control the actions of other people. It's up to them to control their actions. And I have had a lot of people come to me and apologize. And I have had a lot of people say, yeah, I agree, it got too far. I let my emotions get the better of me, and I'm sorry. I have had people apologize, but, only 2 or 3, but out of the 1,500.
Well,
But
I have to say, you seem to be very, I guess, very calm talking about it now. Has that been a real struggle to get over, to accept?
yeah, I'm trying not to get choked up right now. Going back and thinking about it. I had to pull my son out of school, and he's being homeschooled at a friend's farm 30 minutes outside of town. I drive him where he was going to the school 500 feet from the house, and we were walking every day. I now have to drive him 30 minutes out of town every day. We tried, this happened. My son was in gymnastics, and his gymnastics coach is the one homeschooling him. And I guess she mentioned that at the gym that she was going to homeschool him. And all of a sudden they went up to her one day and they said, well, we don't think you should coach boys team anymore. And she's been coaching boys team gymnastics for years. And so they took her off of boys team gymnastics 5 days a week. And they put her with the 4 and 5-year-olds 2 days a week. And then her daughter, who is, so we tried to let RJ go back to gymnastics, and her daughter, who is also a coach, called my friend just absolutely livid because the new coach had turned my son's routine completely upside down so that he didn't know which way was up, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to do it. The coach had sent him out of class twice, and then finally told him to just go home. Like 20 minutes before class was over, just kicked him out of the class. So kicked him out.
So let me get this straight. Grown-ass adults are going after a small child because you told them to stop handing out Bibles.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they went after him on Facebook too. That oh yeah, that he was a spoiled little brat, and he was lying, and he couldn't get his story straight because they turned around and they tried to say that, well, actually the teacher didn't hand out the Bibles. A priest brought the Bibles to school on career day and handed out the Bibles on career day. Well, here's the thing about that. Career day was March 27th, and my son told me he never saw a priest at career day. He said he saw a cop, a house builder, and an engineer, but there was no priest there. So career day was March 27th, and the Bibles were handed out April 2nd. Yeah, so, yeah, no, nice try, but they weren't handed out by a priest on career day. No.
Yeah. Well,
but, yeah, they called him a spoiled, rotten little brat, and they called him a liar, and they said, well, what the hell is that kid's problem? If he didn't want one, why did he take one? And he didn't have to get up and get one. And so, yeah.
Oh, no, he could have chosen not to get up and get one, fell completely out of place in class, and possibly have gotten beaten up by the sound of it. I mean, these people, even the grown-ass adults don't even sound that mature.
Right, and he would have been he would have been ridiculed by the other kids, and he honestly felt like if he didn't get one, his teacher would be mad at him. And he's, okay, this is third grade that we're talking. And so if my son's teacher told him that the sky was black with orange polka dots, he would believe his teacher, and he would believe the sky was black with orange polka dots, because he's taught, believe what your teacher tells you. Your teacher's, he believes when his teacher tells him 2 + 2 = 4, he believes it. So when the teacher tells him, oh, I have a present for you, he gets excited. When his teacher tells him it's the Holy Bible, he thinks it's a good thing because it came from his teacher.
Right.
So, yeah, that's, nobody can speak for my son, and nobody was in my son's position, and nobody can say how my son felt at that moment.
Right.
Nobody can. But
No, I mean he's old enough to where he can communicate that. I mean, my son's only 5. He's just about to start kindergarten, and I mean he can communicate his thoughts and feelings fairly well. So I mean which it just amazes me that Christians are lying in order to protect handing out the Bible as a way to promote Jesus. But to me, it seems like they would just be making Jesus cry at this point.
right, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, now.
And yeah, hasn't Jesus cried enough? I
Yeah.
mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, can't we cut the poor guy a break?
You would think.
You would think.
Now, I'm kind of curious. At what point did you meet up with Connie Borough?
Um, so I had hit an emotional break, and I there's a mommy atheist group that I belong to on Facebook, and I reached out. Sorry, trying not to lose it. I reached out on this Facebook group, and I said, "You guys, I need help. Can't, I can't take all of this alone any longer. It's I'm at my breaking point, and I need help." And that's when Connie sent me a message, and she said, "Well, hey, I think you need to talk, and I think we need to get your story out there, and I think we need to show a more positive side to your story." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Let's do it." And I don't know, Connie and I just hit it off, and we just became really good friends after that.
Well, I'm really glad that she reached out to you and that she's helping you out. If you're watching this and you don't know Connie Borough, I interviewed her a couple weeks ago, and she actually set up a GoFundMe to help Leah kind of get out of her position that she's in. And I really commend Connie for helping you do that, as well as for you having as much courage as you're having right now to actually speak about this. Because I know, like you said, you're really not struggling, but I mean you're having a hard time, recounting this stuff. So I'm really sorry that you're having to recount this all over again.
Oh, that's okay. I need to talk about it. I need to get it out. I need to, get it off my chest, I guess, and I need to keep talking about it until I don't get choked up anymore talking about it, which I don't know. It might be a long time before that happens. I do have two older children who they were attacked on Facebook. Like, my daughter that doesn't even live here, she was attacked. Yeah, Connie. Connie was great. She opened several doors for me. Got me in touch with several people. David G. McAfee sent RJ an autographed copy of the Belief book, which was amazing. There's some people that are going to be at Free OK that are excited to meet me. So, and it's all because Connie just was relentless in getting my story out there and setting up the GoFundMe, and so yeah, William was of there's an atheist group from Tulsa out here that after this, they came down and they stood in front of the middle school one morning, and he handed out the Awkward Moments Children's Bible to middle school kids. Oh my gosh. a storm came, I was out there with him, and a really bad storm came, and so we had to leave because a really bad storm came. But then I guess the local news station came down here to do a story, and we were already gone at that point. But the things that some people told the local news station about what happened, one girl said that there were people standing across the street from the school yelling, God is bad, Satan is good, hail Satan. They said there was a creepy guy sitting in his car calling kids to his car. That wasn't true at all. He was standing on the sidewalk across the street from the school. And it's all on video. He did have somebody with him who videotaped the whole thing. Oh yeah, they said that he was run off by an angry mob of parents. Nobody even knew he was there until the kids went to school with these books in their hands.
Well, I could just imagine like the guy in the car, like, hey kid, you want to buy some atheism?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was pretty horrible. Well, and he had only handed out a few books that morning, and he was going to go back after school, but by that time an angry mob had gathered at the school, so he was like, yeah, no, he will just head back. And so, but they got to leave town, and they could say bye and leave it. I can't do that. I can't just leave town. So yeah, that happened. That was funny.
Yeah, I could just see him rolling by the school like, nope, roll them up.
Yeah.
It
was pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, I know that you're a mom and you really need to get back to RJ. So, is there anything that you would like to in the interview by saying, any kind of information or any kind of final thoughts?
Yes. Everybody got it wrong. Everybody got it seriously wrong. This wasn't an attack on religion. It wasn't an attack on the Bible. I'm not trying to take anybody's freedom of religion away. I have very good friends. I have some very, very good friends who are of all different faiths. I have friends who are Mormon. I have friends who are Jehovah's Witness. I have friends who are Christian. I have I have Wiccan, pagan, you name it. It wasn't ever about religion. It wasn't ever about the Bible being good or bad. It was a stupid freaking First Amendment infringement. And everybody needs to calm the fuck down. I'm not the only mom this is happening to. It's happened to several moms all over the Bible Belt. I want them to know that there's support out there, and all you have to do is reach out. You can send me a message on Facebook. I will get you support. There are people who will support you. There are people who will back you, and there are people who will protect you. So if you're a mom or a dad going through this, reach out to somebody, and there's a ton of support out there. And to the people of Duncan, Oklahoma, I want to say, you know what? It didn't have to be like this. It did not have to be like this. If you would have been man enough to message me on Facebook and say, hey, let's have a conversation, we could have had a conversation. And believe it or not, people have done that. people have messaged me and said, hey, I don't agree with you, but that doesn't change who you are as a person. Or, and they said, I don't agree with you, but you have your beliefs and I have mine, and you know what, that's okay too. So, yeah, final thoughts. It doesn't have to be this way.
Well, I really appreciate you talking to me tonight, Leah, and I'm really, huh?
I said, oh, thank you.
And I, like I said, I really hate that you've had to recount it. I know that you're trying to get past it and talking about it. I know personally that talking about it really does help in getting past, these kind of things. So I'm glad that I could be part of that. And if anybody out there is having similar troubles to this, of course, you can contact Leah. I also have a Facebook group as well as a parenting group that's kind of a subgroup of that. And if look up Godless Engineering on Facebook, and we're a very supportive group, and we try to help people out whenever they come into these kind of things. And if you think that you're the only one that's experiencing this, you're not. All you got to do is reach out to the community, and the community will respond in a positive manner. If anything, we are here to support each other, because we don't really have anybody else that we can rely on, so we've only got each other. So,
right.
Leah, thank you again for joining me tonight, and I hope you have a nice night, and I hope you'll keep me updated with how things are going, and I'll be sure anybody watching the video, it should be linked on the video and in the description, the GoFundMe to help Leah get out of her situation. So please consider doing that. And everybody have a nice night, day, weekend, whenever you're watching this, and remember to think skeptically and stay godless.